The Wendigo GL3 is the new pinnacle weapon for Season of Opulence within the Vanguard Strike playlist. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the weapon itself, my kind of thoughts about it, whether or not I feel like it's a good pinnacle weapon, and kind of how the damage stacks up within strikes and raids and other activities. In order to begin this quest, you must speak with Zavala in the tower and accept the quest, a gift for the worthy. The main focus of the quest is to get grenade launcher kills within strikes, and you're going to need a lot of strikes and a lot of kills, and so I hope you're prepared to play it. In the playlist of strikes, get grenade launcher multi-kills, land grenade launcher final blows, and earn points by defeating enemy combatants. Death impedes progress, while grenade launcher final blows grant a more efficient progress. First off, in terms of trying to complete this quest, the fastest way that I saw was using the Fighting Lion. I hadn't yet unlocked the catalyst for the Fighting Lion, so it was actually a great chance for me to actually get that done. So you need 1,000 kills for the Fighting Lion in order to actually complete the catalyst anyways, and you need 1,500 kills in order to complete the Wendigo quest. And so it kind of go hand in hand if you're trying to find a time to get that Fighting Lion catalyst done. And the Fighting Lion is perfect for it because it has great concussive abilities, has a pretty good blast radius in my opinion. The trigger grenades are really good, and also you get infinite ammo. So whenever you kill someone with a Fighting Lion, they will drop a primary ammo block, and so the Fighting Lion now takes primary ammo, so it really does help a lot with getting this quest done. In terms for the amount of time that's going to take you to complete this quest, anticipate putting in a good maybe 50 strikes in order to get this done. You do need 1,500 kills and 500 multi-kills, and the thing that does take the longest is the points that you need to get in order to progress the strike itself, or the quest itself, so to speak. When I was doing this, I did find that you were able to increase the point progress while just using any other types of weapons. However, grenade launchers is a lot faster, but even so, that is fairly slow. So you'll find that you'll want to use grenade launchers, and as I stated before, Fighting Lion is definitely the best one to use in that case, because you do have that infinite ammo and you do have that really good concussive ability and large blast radius, so using a Fighting Lion will be the best bet for you. So let's get into actually talking about the stats of the weapon and my general thoughts with it. So Smart Drift Control is one of the first perks that you'll see. It has moderate control of recoil, increased stability, and increased handling speed. Blinding grenades, which is something that is very nice if you're trying to shoot a large group of enemies and you have the blast radius effect with it, so you can kind of blind them and have a little bit more mobility there. Autoloading holster, as you've seen with other power weapons and other weapons in itself, where if you store the weapon for a short amount of time, it will actually reload the weapon. It's something that I really enjoy if I'm trying to switch and do more of a, I can shoot this thing, run to another area, store this weapon, and then generate and reload proc. Explosive Light is the perk that is of note for this weapon. Picking up an orb of light increases the next grenade's blast damage and radius. So the thing that I find really interesting about that is this actually does stack up to 6, which is the size of the magazine. And one thing that I was interested about this is if I would be able to pick up these orbs of light if I had a full super. And so after playing this weapon a little bit, I saw that if my super is full and I don't have a stack of 6 with this grenade launcher, I found that I am actually able to still pick up the orbs of light even though my super is full. And the other thing that I've noted is if you have any type of armor or anything on that allows you to generate a faster class ability or faster grenade recharge rate, or if you heal on picking up orbs of light, that actually will not go away. You actually will still be able to get that status effect and that bonus if you have the grenade launcher on, because you're technically still picking up the orb of light for the grenade launcher. And so since you're picking up the orb of light, you're still getting the status healing effect or the status recharge rate that is the bonus for those armor pieces. So you kind of get an additional bonus that is something that I didn't expect when I used this weapon, because I was not being able to get those bonus effects before, and so now when I have this weapon, I can get those bonus healing effects and then also stack up weapon damage along with it. So I was kind of trying to do some damage numbers and just kind of see what the damage of this weapon was like with and without the perk of Exploding Light or Explosive Light. And so when I was looking at the numbers that I was doing with the boss on the Arms Dealer Strike, I was looking at it, and it's kind of hard to tell what the damage is really with it. It does do some good damage, and it does have a lot of like capability with it. So I did 2 shots with it, 2 shots without it, and the damage wasn't necessarily noticeable, I would so to speak. But when I was doing some damage with Kali during the last Wish raid, I feel like I would be able to have a better inclination of what I was going to be doing with this boss. And so as you'll see in the background footage here, I'm going to be doing some damage testing with and without the buffs of this weapon. So in this first round, you're going to see me doing damage without the buffs. So essentially, I just stay on a plate for a while, just kind of make sure the Kali encounter just happens, and I just go up to her and lay into her with my shots that I have. And so while I'm doing this, I'm seeing how much damage I'm doing and seeing what is the output going to be at the very end. As you can see, the damage I did was okay, but it really wasn't necessarily great. All I was using was an empowering rift, and so there was really nothing special about the damage that I was doing. I did about 387,000 damage, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's okay. It's not going to be something that I potentially use within this raid. Well, actually, it may be, just because stacked on that 3 times, that's roughly 900 to 1 million damage that I can do for her. Now, something that you'll see in this next clip is me having 6 shots additionally with this buff. Now, I know I missed a few shots with the last weapon, but I think I also missed a few shots with this next part as well. And so while I was going through this, you'll notice that I am hitting more shots, but also look at the damage numbers that you see here. The first shot, or initial shot that I hit, is 42,879. That is the base shot of the explosive light and the additional buff that I get that increases the damage that I do. And so if you look at the damage numbers at the very end of this, I am doing 521,000 damage. That is an exception, almost double the damage that I can do. It's about, not right there, about 40 or so percent more than that, but that's just incredible damage to me. Like, to see the difference that just having those 6 additional shots, and as I said, I might have hit more shots with this, I might have missed like a couple more with the other shot, but I also finished with 1 extra bullet. So this last part that you'll actually see here is something that I think is pretty freaking cool, and I don't feel like damage really matches with it on most other grenade launchers. I believe like maybe you might find this with Prospector or something like that, but most other grenade launchers won't have, or at least like legendary grenade launchers won't have this damage. And so I went back in and did a Well of Radiance with it, and then no empowerment buff with the melee or anything like that. But I had 6 empowering shots with the buff Explosive Light, and I hit all 17 shots. I believe I might have had grenade launcher reserves. I might have had a little bit more shots with it. But when I got done with this, and after I ended up seeing, and you'll see the damage that I ended up doing, I ended up with about 787, I believe it's 787. Yes, I ended up with 785,000 damage on this one run. I know that's not like groundbreaking numbers, it's not one phase numbers or anything like that, but for a grenade launcher, that's something that's crazy. I feel like, to me, maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of this than I am, but I feel like if you have this empowerment buff that doesn't go away with reloading, with any it goes away with death, but doesn't go away with reloading, switching weapons, or anything like that. It stays continuous until you just shoot the shots, and it'll just constantly regenerate. This is a really good grenade launcher. I played with a little bit in PvP. I didn't really have much experience, so I'm not really good with using a grenade launcher in PvP. So it's not really something that I'm actually going to test or keep going forward, just because I don't want to say it's good in PvP or say it is, because I won't be able to give a good accurate estimate for that. But I don't know, my final review of this weapon, I feel like it's really good. If it's worth the grind for you, I don't know. I know that I'll be grinding for these things regardless, and so it's something that I just want to get as a collectionist. But I honestly see myself using this weapon in a lot of situations, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this weapon does with like arc or heavyweight, or seeing how that kind of does with those situations. But that's all I have for this weapon, or it's all I have for this video. I plan on getting the Gambit bow and also working to get the Crucible sniper. And so once I be getting those weapons, I'll do individual reviews for those weapons as well. And so if you want to see those types of videos, feel free to definitely like and subscribe. I'd hate asking you all to do that, but I appreciate it anyway, just because the support knows what kind of videos you'd like to see. And if you have any comments, that I'd like to know if you've gotten this weapon yet, or if you feel like I've overhyped this weapon or anything like that. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care.